Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. The new season of Star Wars The Mandalorian has started, and my reviews will resume as well. Mando goes after other Mandalorians who can help him in his voyage, and goes back to a familiar planet. In addition to helping the locals defeat a dragon, we, the audience, also get to see a familiar face return. I'm Daily Warlord, and this is my review of Chapter 9, The Marshal. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Season 2 has started, and I also want to continue to review the show. As you should know, obviously there will be spoilers, so please don't watch if you don't want to hear that. But let's start discussing this episode. And in all honesty, it isn't really anything special at all. In fact, the plot is awfully bland. Mando must help the locals defeat the bad monster. Yeah, we've seen this before. But I want to start off by discussing my favorite part of this episode, and why I think it's good despite a seemingly boring story. And here are the heavy spoilers. Mando meets a town marshal named Cobb Vanth, and there's something about him that is very intriguing right away. It's his armor. Fans notice right away that Vanth is actually wearing the armor of bounty hunter Boba Fett. And this was really cool on its own. But at the very end of the same episode, we actually get to see Boba Fett himself, played by the same Jango Fett actor in the prequels. And I think it's great that he's returning. Boba didn't really get a great conclusion in Star Wars Episode 6. In fact, many were underwhelmed by it. This show can fix that. But besides that, I also enjoyed Vanth's flashback, and it was cool to see how his town got taken over and how he had to save it. Although I find it very unrealistic he had the entire town running from him. But I also really like that this episode goes back to Tatooine. I find it very annoying and unnecessary when Star Wars makes new planets that are literally copies of old ones, and the movies do that all the time. So I really like that Tatooine was back for the second time in this series. And I also like the role the Tusken Raiders played. They're fun, and I like that the show is touching more on these guys. As usual, perhaps this show's greatest strength is its fantastic fights and choreography. They absolutely nail it here, and I like how they're using Mando's jetpack to make the fights more interesting. The dragon fight wasn't really special. I mean, it was alright. But in particular, I really like the fight at the start of this episode, as well as the entire scene. It does really well in reintroducing us to what this character is all about, but also it's just funny to see him destroy those guys. Upon watching Season 1 earlier this year, I realized I really disliked this show's music, and it was the worst aspect of this episode. It feels very out of place, and it just doesn't have a strong enough theme. Sometimes it's devoid of emotion, and other times it's way too dramatic, and that's a shame, because the movies probably have the best film score of all time. I do like the main theme in this show, but I feel that unfortunately the rest of the score just doesn't work. But overall, this was a decent episode. I don't think it was fantastic or amazing, but I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. A good, not great episode. On the outside, it looks like it's purely filler, but I think this episode was a great blend between filler and plot. Because, to be fair, it does do a lot with the reveal of Boba Fett. I think in general, this is a good example of what filler or casual episodes should strive for. Anyways though guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know. Share your thoughts on The Mandalorian Chapter 9 below, and I'll see you next time.